nobody will see what we doing right now.
Bet.
In a few ticks, I will click on the intro and we'll be ready to go. Let me know when you're ready.
Bet.
You ready?
Let's get it.
All right, here we go.
One time for the one time. It's the family bloodline.
What's good, family? Welcome back to another episode of the Platinum Guest Series with the Wordsmith, some call him.
Yes,
I
sir.
like to call him my brother, as a matter of fact. From another mother, all day you can do it. You can do it. Stay on that level. We
Yes,
stay.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'd like to everybody to welcome to the Family Bloodline Podcast, the Platinum Guest Series, none other than the founder and CEO of the distinguished gentleman, Dezmond Perkins, giving you a round of applause.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you.
Applause. Absolutely. We go back for a minute, man. We've been in it for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what year.
It's been about let me see. It's been about 10 years.
At the least.
Yeah.
At least.
I want to say I just got back from Africa. So it was 2014.
Yeah. And I got to California in 2014, as a matter of fact. So that's about it.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited, man. We got to catch up a little bit the other day on the phone and talk about what things that tumultuous paths that life has had us go through, and but we back on the other side, and we're gonna keep pushing forward.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you got to deal with life's vicissitudes, and the best thing you can hope for is to come out on the other side and treat everything as a learning experience. So, I bear or harbor no ill feelings towards no one. So,
for sure. And so, what I want to do is we're gonna break from that norm for a quick second, because I'm excited to introduce everybody to something that you recently began to develop, or at least I caught onto it recently. I was hoping I got onto it on the front end of it, but.
You close enough. It's still in the beginning stages, so you pretty close.
For sure. And I want to make sure we rock with you on it, and we continue to promote you. So I'm gonna switch screens for a little bit, because everybody they used to seeing me anyway. Mm-hmm. But this is gonna be all about you, right? And so with that being said, tell us a little bit about the distinguished gentleman, where it came from, how you came up with it, how long you went into the developmental stages, where you are right now, and how you want to proceed in the future. Let's hear about that.
All right. Well, the name itself, I have a friend. He's one of my oldest friends, masterful artist. His name's George Galbraith, and he lives in Atlanta, Georgia. And he's in education. Excuse me. And each time we have a birthday, we kind of tease each other about getting older. But we always say, hey, I'm not old. I'm distinguished. I'm a distinguished gentleman, And so that's where the name actually came from, because I was sitting on my couch one day, and I was just like, what is a distinguished gentleman? Like, is it someone that's always a gentleman? Like, is it, someone, is it the personification of an idea? What is it exactly? And, it's more than, who you are or what you are, but it comes down to like a different series of things. And so, I said, well, what would make a gentleman, or what would, what attributes would that person have to have, And outside of your conduct, a gentleman may dress a certain way or partake in certain, activities, whether that's, golf or chess, or, my thing is cigars. I enjoy a good scotch, particularly Macallan 12. And so, I started thinking about all these other things, and I was like, what types of things would a gentleman have? Like, what would I need in my collection as a gentleman?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how it was born.
Okay. That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And so as you've gone throughout the brainstorming of it, and you begin to develop the idea,
Mm-hmm.
what contextually, like, put some texture to it for us. What are the things that made themselves manifest? What are some of the things that stuck out to you that made a gentleman? And not just, I agree, like chess, I got to get back into it.
Yeah.
Cigars, I miss a good cigar, and a nice bourbon, actually, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
in Kentucky now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair
so
enough.
yeah, put some texture on that for us.
I think as I thought about it, a gentleman has manicured hands.
Mm,
A gentleman dresses a certain way. He carries himself in a certain manner, and so I wanted to create or provide the things that lends itself to those types of things, or to those types of activities. And so, if as a gentleman, if you wanted to, have your hands manicured, you either go to a manicurist, or maybe you have a manicure set yourself at home so you can take care of it yourself.
ah,
A gentleman has to know how to make a proper drink. So maybe you have a shaker or a drink mixer of some sort for your Macallan 12. Um, and so it's things like that. A gentleman, because he dresses in a certain manner, maybe that's something unique, like a wooden bow tie set,
ah,
which we carry, so it's things like that, and it's just different accoutrements, if you will,
yeah.
that we provide to lend itself to, gentlemanly gentlemanly type of, activity.
So, also in describing a gentleman, is there a specific code of conduct that comes along with that title warrants?
It's funny that you should mention that, because my friend and I, Dr. Jason Ray, last December, we got together. He lives in Indiana, and Indiana, Kentucky. He's like on the borderline. And
Yes.
he came into St. Louis, and we spent the weekend at a hotel, and we ate steak, we drank, and we wrote a book over the course of the weekend.
Oh,
We're both writers by trade, so it came pretty easy for us. But we wrote a book called The Distinguished Gentleman's Hand Guide, and this book covers financial literacy. It covers dining etiquette. It covers dating. It covers wardrobing. And to speak more onto the wardrobing, for example, maybe you wear a Windsor knot to a job interview, and perhaps for after 6 attire, you wear a bow tie. If you're going to a wedding, maybe you wear an Eldridge knot. So we talk about the different knots and when it's appropriate to wear those said knots. Another thing that the book will have is a QR code, because the book's finished. We're just adding a few touches to it.
okay.
But one of the things that the book will have is a QR code that you can scan on, and it'll take you to a video to teach you how to tie these different knots. Not everyone knows how to tie a knot, or tie a tie. And so, that's a tutorial that we will be providing, and it'll be in the book. Also, the book is going to have a charitable cause attached to it, because what we want to do is provide scholarships for high school seniors. I don't know what the criteria is going to be yet, but definitely there needs to be a financial need.
Yeah.
The GPA will need to be at a certain at a certain point. And also, a thing that's important to me is community service. And I say that because, we need to get these kids back outside. And a lot of young adults are socially inept because they don't know how to interact with people because they spend so much time on social media.
Right.
And so, it's just things like that, that we want to reintroduce and re-engage, the people. And, I would definitely want to attach that charitable cause to the book. My hope is to be able to get the book maybe into a school and maybe, for extra credit as a part of a curriculum of some sort, because there's a lot of valuable information, within the book, especially the financial literacy piece.
Absolutely. I agree with that 110%. On the podcast at a specific time of the year, I bring financial experts on to speak directly to financial literacy, whether it be life insurance, I'll have one of my classmates on in a bit, as a matter of fact, to talk and touch on financial literacy also from another different aspect of it, investments and so on and so forth. I think that's spectacular. Do you have a date about when we can expect to see the book?
Ooh, I wish I did. I wish I did. All I can say is it's coming soon because the book is literally done. It just needs to be printed. But when we looked back at it, it was like, hey, we need to add this QR code and this video. So now I have to get him to come back up, and get my videographer, Joseph Richardson, who's an amazing videographer, by the way. But there's some things that we need to do to get those final touches on the book. And when you're dealing with multiple people's schedule, it's especially when people live out of town, it's really difficult to pinpoint that date. Incidentally, I'm getting ready to go on vacation, and I'm actually going with my friend that helped me write the book. And so I said, hey, we need to figure out when we can get you back up here so we can get this done. And then it'll be a matter of getting it done, getting it edited, getting it added to the book, and then getting the book printed. So short answer is I don't know. But hopefully prior to the end of the year is the goal.
Okay, perfect. All right. So moving just a little forward, kind of backwards, actually, what are there any specific names that you can come up with that you and your brother, when you all were putting the book together, drew motivation from in order to come up with these different criteria?
There weren't from anyone in particular. It was just things that we felt like people should know, and personal experience, there have been not many occasions, and I'll use myself as an example. There's been, a few occasions where, I went somewhere and I wasn't dressed quite properly. And it wasn't because, I have a decent sense of fashion, and, so it wasn't because I was, being a bum or anything like that, but it was more so, I wasn't prepared for the occasion of which I was attending, know? And so, to ensure that, no one else, finds themselves in that situation, we thought it was prudent to include something like that. Dining etiquette, a lot of people don't know, like if you're dining, out, and it's a formal dinner, for example, and this is in the book, if you drop your silverware, you're not supposed to pick it up.
Right.
Like the staff is there for that. And I know that sounds crass, but that's just the way that it's supposed to be done. If you are excusing yourself from the table to maybe go to the restroom, but you're not done with your food, then you're supposed to lay your knife down on top of your plate and the fork facing down on top of the knife, that signifies that the fork is going to be the first thing that you're going to pick up when you return. And that means you're not done with your meal. And that signifies to the staff that they're not to take your plate in your absence.
Oh,
A lot
wow.
of times they may think that, oh, he's gone, I'll remove his plate, he's finished. If your silverware is set up like that on your plate, if that staff is trained properly, it won't take your plate,
Right.
And so it's just things like that, when you're in a formal dining setting, that it would be helpful to know.
Absolutely. Even when it comes to dress fashion, I am not the world's most fashionable person. That doesn't mean that I don't know how to get myself together, but sometimes it takes me, I have to figure out the event. I have found myself looking for a centralized place to say, hey, if you're going to this type of destination, it's better that you wear this. It's better that you wear that. That this event calls for, like you said, a specific type of knot, or this event calls for a tuxedo with tails. This event calls for a tuxedo, but without the formal jacket, right? Or if you're going to a beach, what's proper wear at a beach event?
Exactly.
It's not just I'll just take an open toe sandal. First off, I'm not showing my like that.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. Or even when it comes to a hat, right?
Yeah.
There's certain situations where you're not supposed to wear a hat indoors, but there are exceptions, like thoroughfares, which would be airport is considered a thoroughfare, train station considered a thoroughfare, hotels considered a thoroughfare. And so in those situations, it's okay to wear a hat indoors, but in other situations, unless the occasion calls for a hat to be worn indoors, you're not supposed to wear a hat indoors. And I'm not just talking, a baseball cap. This could be everything from a fedora to a derby,
Right.
And so there's just certain situations where it's called for, and others where it's not.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. That's amazing information to have and to be able to again find a centralized location for a person to dig in. And for those, because we are dealing with a different era, as it were,
Absolutely.
of young men who might not want to open a book. There will be videos to explain it. So the question that I have is, are you going to do an audiobook version of this?
We haven't gotten that far yet. It's not off of the table. It's something that we would definitely consider. So it's up in the air. The thing of it is, we want to make sure that we see this through fruition first, and then explore. Leave that door open. We don't want to close that door. We want to leave that open to be able to explore. Because if we say no and we completely close it off, you can't go back. Because then people aren't, readily available to look for it, but if we leave that possibility open, then, it's always there. And then particularly, I want, as many avenues as possible, not just because, it is a business and, we are in this to make money. But I'm excited about the charitable aspect. And so, the more books we sell, the more, we can give to the charitable contribution to, award those scholarships. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. So a little bit more about the business. When was your actual launch? Where are you at in the process now? And what is the actual vision behind it all? Where do you want
to start?
Yeah,
I want to say I started in April. It's been pretty much a soft launch because everything else that I'm carrying outside of the book, we started writing the book last December. And like I said, we did the book over the course of a weekend. And, we were just, trying to figure the motion out with the book and, things of that nature. And I was working on some other things behind the scenes, and I said, well, what can I do right now? Like, what can I, do to try to get the name out there? And so I said, okay, well, the t-shirts are something that I can do, right now.
Yeah.
And so I started doing the t-shirts, to kind of raise money for the website that I'm putting together, which Chris Draper is doing my website. Amazing, design artist, amazing website designer. And I've been very demanding of him. So, but with those demands come cost. So, so I have to be ready to pay that brother. So I was like, man, I need to sell a lot of shirts. But the thing is, like, I was selling, 2 to 3 shirts a day sometimes. And then other days it would be no shirts. And then one day I sold like 10 shirts. And I'm doing everything like hand to hand. I don't have a website up. I'm just, we're pressing the shirts here at the house. Like, we're doing like getting the shirts. We're pressing them. My friend Leonard Ragsdale, he actually did my design, and amazing artist. Look him up. Amazing artist, Leonard Ragsdale. He's a friend of mine for 20 plus years, and he's originally from California, but he's here in Colombia now, and he helps me with a lot of design stuff. But so I started doing the shirts, and then it got kind of slow a little bit. And then one day I just went on Facebook and I said, hey, this is Distinguished Gentleman, but you ladies, you can be distinguished too. Like, so then the women start buying the shirts, and that's when it took off, because initially when I was going to start the shirts, I had the black shirt, I had a white shirt, I had the blue shirt that you have on, and like this red one, right? And I was only going to do 2 shirts. I was only going to do 2. I was going to do either a black and a white, or a black and the red, or the black and the blue, or black and And so I had people vote, and the red and the blue got the same amount of votes. So I was like, oh my God, right? So then I was like, okay, well, I'll carry the black and the white and the blue and the red. And then one day somebody said, hey, well, do you have yellow? And I was like, I do now. I do now. And then somebody's like, what about North Carolina blue? I do now.
Hey, okay. So let's do this. While you're talking about those, I want to share the actual shirts as well, right? Because this I think this was a raffle that you did.
Yeah. So what I did was, my goal was to sell 100 shirts by June. I think it was my deadline. I gave myself a deadline. I said, man, I want to try to sell 100 shirts. So what I did was, whoever my 25th, not so much customer, but whoever bought the 25th shirt, the 50th shirt, the 75th shirt, and the 100th shirt, I gave them a $25 gift card. So essentially they got their shirt for free, outside of shipping, but that one was, I think, the 100th shirt. That was my friend Earl Smith, and he wanted the red because he's part of Kappa Alpha Psi. So and their colors are red and white, or crimson and cream, however you want to classify it. But yeah, he was the winner of he was like my 100 customer. He was my 100 shirt purchase. So.
Yeah, so let's go through these, man. Let's talk about this a little bit, because you came.
Yeah.
You came.
Yeah. They went nuts over that shirt, because I said, let me start pairing these with the kicks, So I did a kicks contest too. I told everybody, hey, post your kicks, and I had people vote for the top 3, kicks, and then the people that voted for the top 3 kicks, I put the top 3 up. The people that participated, I had them vote, and we had a young lady win out of Wisconsin. Ooh, that's that bow tie. Hey, go back to that shirt. Yeah. You jumping the gun on me. But we had a young lady out of Wisconsin win. She had some, I call them the mint chocolate chip ones. They were like mint and black. And so the winner, I gave them a free shirt. But I did a mint shirt to match her kicks. And you probably have it in there somewhere too. But But I started matching the kicks with the shirts, and then everybody went nuts. Like they were going crazy. They said, I need the Laker purple. I need, and so it just I really tried to just do like 2 colors, but that just did not work out at all. So
no,
especially since we're pressing everything ourselves, and because Leonard, my friend Leonard, he helps with the pressing and everything. Actually, he does the pressing. I wouldn't say help, so I don't press anything. He does it. So, but yeah, like it's been crazy. It's a little slow right now, but I'm going to be working on something for the fall, and so yeah.
I'm gonna have to grab that orange from you. That's part of my logo.
Yes, sir.
That
yes,
orange.
Sir. And if I know you like I think I know you, probably got some orange chucks laying around somewhere.
I had some.
Mm-hmm.
I still got my Thundercat chucks that got the orange in them. So
yes, sir.
Absolutely gotta get that from you.
Hey, so you see those. Wait, go back to those shirts for a second.
Yeah,
I want to highlight on something.
Let's do it.
So you see, the top is that North Carolina blue. Yep. At the bottom, you got that royal blue, and in the middle is the navy blue shirt.
Oh,
okay. that middle one. Yeah. So what I'm doing right now is, if anyone buys that navy blue shirt, because I go to Lincoln's homecoming every year, up in Jeff City, Missouri, HBCU, and what I'm doing is navy blue is part of Lincoln University's colors, and so proceeds from the sale of that shirt in particular, I'm buying gift cards with the proceeds from that shirt, and then we're going to give the cards out to the students at Lincoln University. Just at random, I'm going to say, hey, what's your major? And if it's psychology, or if it's whatever the major is I think of, if it's their major, then I'm going to give them a gift card. Hey, what year are you? If they're I'm looking for a sophomore. If they're a sophomore, I'm gonna give them a card. So that one has a charitable attachment to it as well. Plus it gives us an opportunity to interact with the students too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this I was looking at this, so I got a partner. I got actually here on the level 2. Yeah, brother out in Arizona, as a matter of fact. Uh-huh. The Tar Heels are his thing.
You need to go sit in my way so I can get him plugged up.
Shout out to Nate Senior, absolutely.
Okay, all right, Square.
Yeah, he was the first person I thought of when I saw this. I was like, oh yeah, that's on point right there.
Yes, sir.
It's on point.
Sir.
That go hard. And so, like you said, let me highlight this real quick, and then we'll go back to something that a lot of folks ain't really ready for. But I want to highlight your logo. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's talk about that, because these are nice t-shirts, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. It's a quality t-shirt. We used to wear the thick tees back in the day.
Yep.
Right. And it reminds me of that, right? It's gonna be on you. It's on you. Mm-hmm. And the design is fresh, right? The distinct cigar that come out with the smoke. But what I wasn't planning on, I had forgotten about. I looked at the left sleeve and I was like, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Brent, I forgot about that. Talk about this logo, these 3 fellas right here.
Okay, so again, my friend Leonard Ragsdale, he designed this for me. And initially, I just told him what I wanted, and he drew it up. And initially we had one guy, and the guy had a suit on, just like the gentleman pictured there. He had a suit on, he was facing out to the left, and the distinguished was, in behind him. And I looked and I was like, man, that's perfect. But something's missing. Like something is missing, and I don't know what. I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
And I slept on it, and I thought about it for like probably 2 or 3 days in a row. I was like, no, I'm not ready to move forward with it. Like we need to change something, but I don't know what. And after thinking about it, I said, well, we need to add a little bit more diversity, right? And so to me, I want everyone to be able to look at this brand and see themselves, because, I don't want to create just something for people that look like us. Sure. I want to create something for everybody. And so, are you able to zoom in on that at all?
Absolutely.
So if you look at the gentleman at the top, right, you can tell that he's of African American descent.
Yes.
Okay. If you look at the gentleman to the left, you know, you can tell he's of Caucasian descent. The gentleman with the bow tie. And then the gentleman on the right, you know, he's racially ambiguous. He can be Asian, he could be Mexican, he could be Indian. Like he's racially ambiguous. And so I wanted to create something that represented all of us, because there's no one type of gentleman. We come in all different shapes, sizes, colors, etc. So
yeah, that's good.
And so once I told him, hey, I need 3 guys, I need them to all look different, like he created that for me, and I fell in love with it like immediately. Like he did that, and I was like, that's perfect. I said, put one in the regular tie, put one in the bow tie, and put one open collar. And once he showed me that, I was like, we don't need to change anything. It's perfect.
Yeah, faith, hope, and charity. I love it. I love it. Let me. I know
you want to go back. I know what you want to do.
Hey, I gotta hit this because look,
yeah,
this piece right here is so cold, bro.
Yes, sir.
I gotta figure out how to get on this one.
Yes, sir.
And I gotta find an event to get to just so that I can floss.
I already know what you're talking about.
Hey, this right here is so smooth. You gotta run us through this, bro. You gotta run us through this. And just in case you can't see that, I'm gonna zoom in while he talk about this.
Hey, so this has been deemed the gentleman's set. It's a wooden bow tie. Comes with, of course, the bow tie. You got the cufflinks. You got the boutonniere that looks like the flower. You know, in the middle it's wooden, and then underneath it you have the pocket square, and it comes in that wooden case. And you know, we have a multitude of colors, you know, of that as well.
What all colors do you have with this?
So we have that. We have blue. We have red. We have a sky blue. We have a floral pattern. I got one right here. Now that's the black. Let me see what else I got in here. Oh, okay. So this is the floral pattern. I don't know if you can see that.
I'm gonna highlight you real quick to make sure that. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
So you do that with your pink shirt, your wine colored shirt, your rose colored shirt. You know, you still got your boutonniere, you know, your cufflinks, and you know, it comes in your wooden case. So,
boy, that's cold blooded right there.
Cold blooded.
That's cold blooded. I'm just
and your pocket square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. So let me go back to your site real quick because hey, again, this right here, this on point.
Hey, and those are available right now. I got a bunch of them, so you know.
So in a little bit, I'm gonna ask you to hit us with a price point, but give me we'll get there. We'll get there. I want to go back through and just look at a few more pictures and just highlight some stuff, like you said, to point some things out.
Absolutely.
One of the things that I want to point out, like you said, is that you all are doing this. Y'all are processing this.
Yes.
And this isn't something that you're outsourcing. This is done with y'all's hands. Y'all all in on it. This is your think tank. This is y'all's baby, and this is the movement of idea, conception, manifestation.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I don't even eat at that kitchen table no more, man. I just don't. Like, listen, like I said, like I don't press the shirts. I don't. My buddy Leonard, he presses the shirts. Okay. And like we used to like move it into the living room on this box that's, you know, and we would move it back and forth. But then when the shirt orders started rolling in really good, it was just like, man, we might as well just leave it. And like, yeah, like I eat in the living room on the floor. Like, like you would think that I have zero home training because like I sit on the floor and I'll put my food on the couch cushion and I just kind of eat off of that. Like that. Like,
hey,
I don't know, I'd never sit on the couch and eat. Like I sit there's a particular spot that I sit on the floor, like because the couch has like a chase lounge.
Yeah.
And there's this little corner. I just get in that nook, and I sit there. Because another thing too about my couch, like there's no way you can sit on it and not fall asleep. So I try not to sit on it too often, but I'm usually sitting on the floor. And yeah, I haven't eaten off of this kitchen table in months. Like in months.
That's motivation. I have a shirt press in my basement. I have and it's on a dining room table, to say the least. And I have not been doing right by getting or doing shirt sales. I'll say that. Okay. But that's motivation, bro. That's motivation.
Yeah, man.
If you have a drive, you got to push into it. You got to lean into it. Right? Sacrifice. It's going to take some sacrifice, but it pays off. It pays off.
I'll tell you, like I told someone else that was very close to me, I grew up poor. And so now I want everything.
Absolutely.
Now I want it all. I want it all. So that means, I ain't pressing no shirts. I'm getting somebody else to press the shirts. But if, if I gotta do what I gotta do, man, you know what I mean? And whether that's, sell the shirts or, even if it's just come up with the idea or whatever, like, I got to do what I got to do.
For sure. And I'm with you on that. And I support you in that.
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it.
For sure. I want to show the menagerie of shirts. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you were saying, you've got the spectrum of different colors.
Yep.
Laid out in multiple different places. And I love it. I love it. Are there any colors that you don't do?
No. I do have colors that aren't as popular as the colors that you see there, but there's not a color that I won't do. Like I said, initially I was only trying to do like, 2 or 3 colors, but then people started asking for, I need Laker purple, or I need green, and the thing of it is, like, once someone else saw like the Laker purple or the green, then other people started wanting it too. So it kind of made sense, The ladies, they'll usually do like the yellows. I sold a couple of light pink. I sold a fuchsia, which I'm trying to work with a couple of organizations to do for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, because it's the same color pink. And so I want to do, something like that where we donate the proceeds to, breast cancer research or whatever it is that they do. But I only sold one fuchsia shirt, and then I kind of took it off of the market just because I want to save it for the breast cancer. I made one for myself too, because I just, I'm aware of pink of all shades, but yeah, well, I want to definitely team up with some organizations if they're willing to work with me on it.
Oh, that'd be super dope. That'd be super dope. All right, let me see. I wanted to highlight the cigar.
Oh man. Yeah, that was my trip to Cuba.
Yeah.
That was my trip to Cuba, which, in the future, that trip was that was in March of this year. That bottle to the left, that's a bottle of honey. It's a bottle of their local honey. And so you dip the cigar in there and, amazing smoke, amazing. Yeah. And then the bottle in the back is, rum. And then further back from there, well, that's the ocean. You can see that. So
absolutely.
But yeah, that was at the tobacco farm.
Hanging right here.
It's hanging. Sir. Yes, sir. And so at some point, the idea is, I do have a trip planned in the near future to go to Nicaragua because I am going to try to, let me rephrase. I'm going to create my own cigar blend, and it's going to be called the Distinguished Gentleman. So So that's something that I'll be working on in the future as well.
Okay. So hit us with a price point for your shirts.
Okay. So shirts are $25.
Two.
And but I usually, this the shirt. But usually, I'll charge 36 for shipping. For people in St. Louis, if I'm on my way up there, I'll say, hey, just 25 because I'm coming up. I'll deliver it to you to give you a break so you don't have to pay for shipping. As a matter of factly, we're going to a cigar festival in Memphis at the end of the month, and there's a couple of brothers on the square that wanted some shirts, and I said, well, if you want it right now, then it's going to be 36. I said, if you can wait and I can bring it to you when we go to the festival, it'll be 25 because I won't have to charge you for shipping. So they said, oh, I'll wait, so but just the cost itself is 25 for the shirts.
Okay. And in the future, are you doing hoodies or jackets or anything of that nature?
So not doing hoodies, but because I know like once the winter hits, people won't be buying t-shirts.
Right.
But we are working on this cardigan. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
So the cardigan is gonna have like a giant D in the upper corner of the chest, and it's gonna have the the logo on the sleeve, but it's all gonna be embroidered. Embroidered.
Yeah.
So, real nice, real classy. We'll carry black, gray, sky blue, brown, and khaki.
Yeah.
And so, for example, the khaki cardigan, the D will be in chocolate with a probably maybe a black trim. The sky blue will have a gray D with white trim. Yeah. And so, but like I said, it's not going to be like heat pressed or anything like that. It's going to be embroidered, so it's going to be stitched. It's going to be nice. We're working on that now.
When you get those produced, come back, follow up so we can push them because
gotcha.
Yeah.
Because like right now it's going through the process of getting the samples and testing it out and making sure So I got stuff that's en route, and so I kind of have to wait until I get it, make sure it looks right, because as a Libra, I'm very particular and picky. I'm extremely particular, man. Like this is almost a flaw. Like I'm like, man, just let it ride, man. Just But yeah, so like, but once I get my samples in and get everything measured and get everything going the way it needs to go, then I'll definitely circle back and keep everybody posted.
Okay. All right. So another question that I have is, where do you want this to go? Like, do you, and this is what I mean. Let me go back and put some texture to that question also. Are you looking to end up doing public speaking events for men or even women for that matter? Are you looking
It's funny you should mention that.
Yeah.
So my friend Dr. Jason Ray, I just call him Dr. J. We have had numerous conversations, and we are working on putting together an event, maybe quarterly, maybe semi-annually, maybe once a year. We haven't figured out yet. We're still in the placebo stages of it, but we definitely want to host an event where young men and maybe eventually young women too. I don't want to exclude. Like I've had a couple of women say, well, you're not carrying anything for women. I'm like, well, it's called Distinguished Gentlemen.
Right.
Like, it's for guys. Like, we don't have that much as it is. Like, let us have this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but we talked about an event where young men could come and they can participate in SAT prep. They can participate in interviewing skills.
Yeah.
They can participate in courses on, real estate investing. They can participate in, etiquette, all the things that the book covers. They can participate in those types of things.
Yeah.
And it's a good opportunity for fathers to connect with their sons.
Absolutely.
Because that's what we want to encourage. And on top of those things, at an event like that would provide a good opportunity to where we can also award those scholarships that I talked about from, proceeds of the book.
Gotcha.
So that's like in the future. I don't know how far in the future. If it's something that we can make happen soon, then I would like to. At the very least, I want the book to be out and in circulation before we do that, just so it gives us something to build off of. I want to have STEM available, so those types of things to just kind of help create productive citizens. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and the way things are going, we're going to need that.
Absolutely.
Not just as a culture, but as a society.
I agree. And not to mention too, I want people to have value in trades.
Yeah.
Because we need more plumbers.
Mm-hmm.
We need more electricians. We need more journeymen. Like everyone doesn't have to, go to an Ivy League school to be successful. Like plumbers make quite a bit of money.
Oh, they kill it.
Plumbers make quite a bit of money. And so we can get, like that's the one thing is you're always going to need a plumber. You're always going to need an electrician, and in those types of jobs, those types of careers, the propensity of you being laid off is extremely low.
Right.
And we just don't have enough of it, and part of the problem is like schools got rid of like wood shop and, those types of things where people could do stuff with their hands. Cause I'll say it and be honest with you. I'm like not handy at all. Like, now I've gotten better, but I used to be the guy that would put something together and there'd still be pieces left over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got a story. I won't get into it, but like I used to be that guy. I'll be honest. Now I've gotten a lot better, but I definitely used to be that guy.
Yeah, I feel you, and I agree like 1,010%. What I would propose is we have another interview with the distinguished gentleman, and if you are able to bring some of your cohorts that have assisted with you in this journey and help you put things together. And again, there's no time frame on it just yet, but when we do our follow-up, that way we can expand the expansion of it is what I want to look at, capturing the actual story, the evolution of when it started from April as the idea and where we are now in the baby stages as you continue to push forward to getting to that builder stage as to where you've got the foundation laid now. We've got the subfloor laid. Now we're about to start putting together the actual framing for the house, and we're going to start putting up drywall, right? And we're going to start labeling the room. This is going to be the kitchen. This is going to be the bedroom, that so on and so forth, and doing that with your enterprise so we can watch the movement of it all, because it's worth it. It's worth it. And I think that'll help a lot of people continue to push towards the things that they're wanting to do, because a lot of people they don't act on ideas because they don't have the real life motivation.
Yeah.
And so
and I'll be honest, it's been a lot just because, work.
Yeah.
And I'm also in school.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do this too. So it's like I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was talking to my coworker, and she was like, she said, most people when they go back to school, they take a class or two. She's like, you're taking 12 hours? And I was like, yeah. She was like, so you work full time and go to school full time and you're starting a business. I was like, yeah. I said, and I go to the gym. and I go to the gym. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think anybody that's listening to this, just be encouraged. You know, I would say, like, keep going. Like, it's gonna be times where you're tired and you don't want to do it. Like, I had a lot of those days where I'm like, I just don't have the energy right now. I don't have the strength. But you know, I'm back on it the next day.
Right.
My thing is, if you can go and you can punch a clock for someone for 8 hours a day, you can do something for yourself. You can work on whatever it is that you're dreaming of. And you don't have to go like full-fledged, but give yourself an hour a day to work on that one thing. Maybe it's not starting a business. Maybe it's learning a new language. Maybe it's, you know, whatever it is. Like, give yourself an hour a day. It's 24 hours in a day. Like, give yourself 1 hour to, you know, maybe read and do some research on the thing that you want. You know what I mean? And just, I know it sounds cliche, but don't give up. Like, keep going. Like, no matter what. Like, you know, and if you miss a day, that's okay. Like, get back at it the next day. Okay, I missed my hours today, but I'm gonna be intentional about getting this hour in. Even if you don't do the hour at once, like in the morning, do 30 minutes. Work on your stuff for 30 minutes. 30 minutes is no time. Like, you know, you can sit down and watch an episode of something in 30 minutes or an hour, you know. Instead of doing that, work on your thing, like whatever that is.
Yeah, that's perfect. And that actually pushes us over into the last segment of every interview and podcast that I do, which is called Final Thoughts.
Okay.
And so, with that being said, for your final thoughts, and it doesn't have to necessarily be about what we talked about tonight, because again, this is a continuation of what you came to the table with. But final thoughts to the listeners anywhere about anything. You can just be like, you know what, man, I woke up, I was pushing weight today, and I just didn't even feel like working out today, but I did it anyway. All right. So it's your final thought.
Final thought. I would just say, like, keep going.
Yeah.
Like, keep going. Like, you know, just to kind of touch on what I was saying earlier, like that thing that you want to work on, that one thing that you want to do, like, it's still out there. And dream big. Like, your ideas are worth it. You're worth it, and you're enough. Like, don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. You know, because there's going to be people that say, "Oh, that's not a good idea." Like, they're going to tell you that you can't do it because they can't. You know, or they're going to try to stifle your creativity. And some people will even try to steal your ideas. So, like, protect what's yours. You know, fight to the end, and don't give up. Like, that would be my final thought.
Oh, that's super dope, super dope. And before I let you go, I can't let you go without you telling the audience where they can find you immediately right now. If they want to reach out and be like, hey, let me get one of these shirts. I need one of these real quick. Like,
yes, sir.
How can they find you?
So I would say go onto my Facebook, send me a message. That's one way. Let me know what size you want, what color you want, your shipping address, and, you know, once I get that information, you know, I can send you the information for the Cash App. You send me your monies, Birdman hand rub. Send me your money, and then I'll get the shirt. And now, if I don't have your shirt like on hand, like your size and color, because I had a couple guys that are like, you know, 4 and 5X, and I don't have it at the house. You know what I mean? So I gotta order that shirt. Then I gotta press it. Well, I don't press it. No. Hey, I mean, somebody got to press it. You know what I'm saying? And I pay him to press it. I like, he's not doing it for free. I pay him to press it. And, you know, but yeah, you can find me on Facebook. My website is not up yet. I'm still working on that. But also, if you email me, you can email me at bdistinguished77@gmail.com. You can email me there, your order, and I'll get you taken care of.
What was that email?
It's B distinguished, so BE distinguished 77@gmail.com.
All right, give me 1 second. Be Distinguished 77.
Let me double check.
All
I
right,
think
yeah.
that's I should know my email address, but yep, it's Be Distinguished. So BE Distinguished 77 at gmail.com. And if not there, my Facebook link is on the ticker there at the bottom. Follow. Please invite others to follow because I'm trying to grow it. And and send me and once you follow, send me a message. I do answer back. I'm not a robot. I'm a real person. And so engage. I'll engage back.
I love it. So hang out with me for a second. But for those of you that are going to be coming across this outstanding platinum guest series interview with the Family Bloodline podcast and Dezmond Perkins, the founder of the Distinguished Gentleman, right? Hit him up.
Sir.
Hit him up. We here, we doing it, we rocking, and this is where you come to get motivation to continue to push your dreams forward. That's where we coming, and we want to make sure everybody's journey is seen and heard and felt, because you never know who you're gonna motivate with your words or your journey. So with that being said, as always, thank everybody for listening.
One more thing.
Yeah. Go ahead, you got it.
Hey, McAllen 12, if you out there, hit me up.
Say that.
I got something for you. I got something special for you. And I'm not talking about a shirt. So
there you go.
And Stoli Vodka, you do the same.
There you go. Absolutely. And one more again, rounds of applause.
Hey, give me while I'm cheap or suffer later.
There you go. Rounds of applause for my brother. I appreciate you for giving me your time. Hang out with me for a second. But everybody else, y'all listen to this outro. One time for the one time. It's the Family Bloodline Podcast with Jay Glass, the Movement. Here we go.